Saxon's Calculus, Lesson 44, continuing. We were interrupted and had technical failure right when I was in the middle of this formula. So we were finding the average of all roots, and this was in part B of lesson 44, and it was negative b for the numerator, which I said was the coefficient of the second highest exponent value, over top of n, which is the highest exponent value, multiplying with its coefficient, the a from the first one. Now, how does that average of all roots help us? This we had not talked about before, and so it is helpful in the fact that whatever this number is approximately the middle of the graph that you're trying to do. So in example 3, it says, make a very rough sketch. So I don't need to be precise with all of my numbers, but I need to get an approximate for the graph of y equals negative x cubed plus 3x squared minus 2x plus 3. So this is what I was trying to indicate as an actual equation as opposed to here where they were just factors. So if I find the average, I will see where approximately the center of my graph will be. So negative of the b would be negative 3 over top of, and then the highest exponent is a 3, and that is multiplying with the coefficient of negative 1. So that's negative 3 over negative 3, which means the approximate average of my graph will take place at wherever 1 is. So now if I plug in 1 to this equation, I can find its matching y value. So 1 cubed, so that's negative 1, plus 1 squared is 1 times 3 is 3. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2 plus 3. So 2 minus 2 is 0. So 3 is the dot there at 1, 3 should be about the middle of the graph. Now, it's rough sketch, so I look back at my original and I say, highest exponent is 3. That means I can have up to 2 curves. I might have 1 curve and I might have 2. And it's negative, which means that it's falling or overall going down. So at this point, rough sketch tells me falling, so I'm going to guess falling down from here, maybe hitting here, and then continuing to fall, something like that is a rough sketch. Their other rough sketch that they did to show you, oh, that is lousy on my straight lines, putting a dot here, I could do something more like falling down, coming back up to that point, and that would give me 2 curves, or I might be here and fall down to this and then do another kind of curve and continue falling. So all of those are rough sketches of what potentially I have from here. So now let's do example 4. Make a rough sketch of y equals x to the 4th minus 3x cubed plus 2x plus 5. So again, if I do my average formula, we're going to have negative 2 over, just a second, nope, sorry, don't know what I was looking at. Negative 3 is that coefficient over the highest exponent value, which is 4, and its coefficient is 1, so basically negative 3/4. Wait a second, negative, that was negative, negative, positive, oh, I'll get there. So the approximate center is at 3/4. Well, that's really close to the y-axis. So I'm almost, like, in other words, if this is 1, my 3/4 is here, and that's approximately the center. So 0 might be approximately my center. And then it says, make a rough sketch of that graph. So x4 is highest. I can have up to 3 turns, and it's positive, so I know the whole thing overall needs to be climbing. So if it had 1 curve, I would say it's a parabola, and that center is going to be somewhere in there as 1 curve. If I do 2 curves, nearing the center, it might do something like that. It could do a swoop. I didn't put the axis with this one. The answer in the book is not putting the axes there, but all of these would be approximately at that 0, 0, or 0, 1. And then they show you a different scoop where the first one can be lower, and then here that one was shorter, that one was lower. But these have 3 curves. This one had 3. Oh, I guess all of their examples had the 3, but it could have a 2 curve in there going upward as well. Oh, why am I having trouble doing a 2? Maybe that's why they didn't. Oh, not to continue. Yeah, that's why they didn't, because trying to do 2 humps, I create that third trying to get my overall going up, and so that's why they didn't do 2.